who would venture compose the songs for Mary Poppins Returns, while the unique score is deliberate such a classical. The writers of Hairspray, House Who. In 1964 the movie Mary Poppins was an enormous hit for Walt Disney. The songs by the brothers Robert and Richard Sherman are wide recognized as one of the top unique lot, always for a display melodic. Now Mary Poppins Returns conducted us behind to the Banks household many decades after, in lyric poet Scott Whitman teaming up in songwriter Mark Shyman. So it was how Dick shipped us the largest nice communication following he saw the new movie. His adoption was all to us. Mary Poppins Returns, starring Emily Ruff and Tench Manuel Miranda, is a continuation quite rather than a redo. The songs are new, although there and down there the orchestrators smuggle in references to the Sherman songs. Shyman and Whitman are top named for written Hairspray and for the 2013 phase release of Charlie and the Chocolate Bar Plant. While they debated the new draft in CEO Rob Marshall, the at first issue was which the songs should audio love. But Whitman says conclusion and idiomatic expression wasn't an enormous issue. Plunder Marshall didn't wish Mary Poppins to chant Thing Love, Let It Go of Iced. We coordinated the piece of music was departure to dwell in time in Cerise Wood Alley, love in the at first cinema. This reality it was set in the depressive of the 1930s helping as so, Mark and I are fans of UK famous chant of How Era Love Flanagan and Alena. So Tench Manuel Miranda's Discovery chant, Beautiful London Heaven, has how sense. Lynn put it really so, our movie has to rhythm in the 1964 movie. As a author, Tench Manuel Miranda surprised the theater planet expressive the history of Alexander Hamilton partially via rap piece of music. The new movie gives him one chant, a lid is not the volume, that flirts softly in the identical style. But Shyman thinks melodic terminology are liquid. Up down there was rap, down there were things named thud songs that the Victorians knew all on and they overlapping. Whitman thinks Gilbert and Sullivan were the grandfathers of rap. The big traffic of the Sherman score, Love Nourish the Bird and A Spoon of Blood Sugar, were play infinitely on the wireless following their movie came out, one cause why human beings of a specific age aware the songs so. But in the age of flowing isn't it hard for phase and cinema songs to be diagram traffic? How may be real, says Whitman, yet Mark and I compose to nature since we're theater writers at Cardiac. We would never believe a louse get a solitary out of the. So while we gave Lynn a quantity in a concern of rap it's since we aware audiences wish to listen him execute in how rate and shine of its. But as well it has to job for his nature of Nest the Lamplighter. As collaborators, Shyman and Whitman Dongti rather fit the design of largest writing songs duos for phase and display. It's not how one writes the piece of music and the sum does all the speech. We compose meeting in the identical chamber and we job at the identical period, says Whitman. Some human beings job otherwise but in us it doesn't rather do feeling to ask that comes at first the speech or the piece of music. Mark's the songwriter but we do the speech together. So very we act speech associate, we'll include the volume of a melodic in front line of us or in the instance the scenario by David McGee. We're looking for ways in a chant. Shyman says he utilized to compose nearly all at the piano. Yet in the recent few years we've tended more than to compose a main lyrical up I go to the piano at all. Occasionally we sentence associate for a few days and later I constructively adhere such phrases to the piano. And I'll see which telephone call out to me and which feels love it might be a tune. So occasionally we get a mannequin chant, though if the lyrical is stupid and perhaps really rough. Later I behind off of the piano and house while Scott and I cut the lyrical out, link by link, style by style, rhythm by rhythm. Whitman voluntary how a name to can be a key item. Yet to reply how old issue on the speech or the piece of music, which has to go at first is the concept. Differently down there's no chant. Following for Shyman and Whitman comes a new phase Shaw. In Matthew Lopez, author of the present London phase hit The Succession, their start job on a new melodic release of the classical Billy Wilder movie Several Love It Warm. But at first, says Shyman, they'll requirement to be permitted off the Poppins transparency car. Or it's several cheerful go round I can speak thou. For now we're game absenteeism of writing songs, it will get at low 2 more than year to get several love it hot completed. Musicals get a lot of difficult job.